All right. Hello, everyone. Wow, technical difficulties. Okay, so we're live on Facebook, live on Instagram, only a little bit late. All right, here we go. So, disclaimer to start. Okay, in response to COVID-19, PSP is offering telefitness to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platforms, the telefitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Force personnel become accessible to all. Prior to participating in this session and to make an informed decision on whether you should seek advice from a qualified exercise professional or healthcare provider, please consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document, simply by clicking on the links below. I will post those in a second here on Facebook. So by continuing with this telefitness class, you understand that there's a possibility of physical injury and you agree that you do so voluntarily at your own risk. You also assume all risk of injury and agree to release the Canadian Forces Morale and Welfare Services from any and all claims related to your participation in this telefitness class. Okay, so let me just copy that into, I don't know if I can copy it into our comments. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so that's in the comments now. If you have not reviewed that questionnaire yet. All right, so let's get going. This is going to be a power hour workout. I'll show you my exercises that I've got on the board there in a minute so you know what to expect. Otherwise, my name is Jessica Davis. I'm a fitness and sports instructor in Gagetown at CFB Gagetown in New Brunswick. And I'm looking forward to doing this workout outside this afternoon. So hopefully now my technical issues are gone. So here's our workout. Make sure you can see it on Instagram too. So we'll start with our full body dynamic workout, and then I have 5 exercises that we're going to flow through. So inchworm to Spider-Man flow. If you don't know what these are, don't worry, I'll show you after. A half pistol squat, A-frame push-up, glute bridge with a step, and lunge jump and pulse. So we'll go through those in a circuit, and we'll do kind of 10 to 15 repetitions of each exercise as we go through. It will be just a body weight workout. If you want to add weights to any of the exercises, then feel free. But I'm just going to do it as body weight today. All right, get my running shoes on. It is a beautiful day in New Brunswick, especially after all the snow we've had the last couple days. So let's get going with a full body workout. So we'll start from head and go all the way down to our feet. So start just with some neck rolls. So bringing the right ear to the right shoulder, rolling chin to chest around to the other side, just back and forth, nice and slow. Starting to get things moving in the upper spine. One more to each side, because it feels really good. Awesome. Okay, bring it into the shoulders, so small arm circles. Just doing a very general dynamic warm-up. Start to make your circles a little bit bigger. And then really exaggerate, open up through the chest, round through your back. Nice, big, and open. Nice and slow and controlled. And let's go the other direction. So starting with small circles again. Starting to make them a little bit bigger. And then really exaggerating and opening through the chest, rounding through the back. Good. Oh, that feels good. Okay, just arms straight up and down. And then bring them open and across. Switch the way your arms are crossed each time. Up and down one more time. And open and across. Good. Plant your feet about a hip width apart. Just start some very gentle torso twists. Good. And then we're going to do a squat and hinge. So first movement is squat and stand up, and then hinge from the hip. Keep a slight bend in the knees, reach for the ground, and stand up using your glutes and your legs. Hinge and squat. Hinge and squat. Keep it nice and fluid, not too big of a stretch yet in that forward hinge. Couple more. Good. Now let's bring our stance out nice and wide, and we're going to lunge back and forth. So lunge to the left, back to center, lunge to the right, back to center. Just a nice small lunge to start, nothing too deep or making too big of a stretch. Keep your chest up nice and tall, so not leaning forward. Two more on each side. That's one and two. Heel toe your feet back up together. And ankle circles to finish off this dynamic portion of the warm-up. You can hold on to something if you need to for balance. Switch directions on this foot. And other side. Switch directions here. Awesome. All right. So our first round through these exercises, just as I'm describing them to you and we're getting going with it, we'll just do them at a slower, more moderate pace. And then for the second and third round, we'll pick it up and make it a little bit more powerful as we go. Okay, so we're going to start with our first exercise being a bit more of the continued warm-up. So it's going to be an inchworm and then what I call a Spider-Man reach. So inchworm, we start standing tall, walk our hands all the way out to our plank, bring the right foot to the right hand, lift the right hand up to the sky, place the right hand back down, step the right foot back, and then walk your hands back to your feet to stand tall. Same thing on the left side. So walk your hands back out to the plank, left foot to left hand reaches up to the sky, left hand comes back to the ground, left foot steps back, and bring your hands back to your feet to stand all the way up. Okay, so we're going to do that 5 times on each side. So right side again, right foot, right hand up, Right hand back down, right foot back, and step it back up. Okay, other side for the left. Left foot to left hand up, left hand back down, left foot back, step it up. Okay, that's 2 each side. We've got 3 more to go. Right side, lift the hand, step that foot back, all the way up to standing. Back down for the left side. Left hand up, hand down, step the left foot back, walk the hands. Good stuff. Right side. Left side. One more each side. Last one for the left. All the way back to standing. Good stuff. All right. Next exercise is our half pistol squat. So if you want to do a full pistol squat, you go for it. I'm going to do a half one because I already ran this morning and my legs are dead. So half pistol squat for me just means I'm keeping my heel on the ground and I'm just squatting down here. So pressing your butt back, hands forward, and stand back up. So we're going to do 10 on each side. So 1, 2, keep your chest up nice and tall, hips press back, and lift. So all your weight is in the one standing foot. Your heel is just a kickstand on the other side. And I've lost count already. Let's do 2 more. Good. Other side. Shake that foot out. Other side. Here we go. 1, 2. So don't feel like you need a huge range of motion in this squat to feel it. Three more. Good stuff. All right. A-frame push-up is our next one. So if you're familiar with yoga, we're going to come into what's kind of similar to a downward dog. So hands and feet on the ground, you're in kind of an A shape. So that A-frame shape. And then from here, we're going to lower our head and torso and then push back up. So you're still doing a push-up with your upper body, but you're just in that triangle shape with your bum stuck up in the air. So let's go for 10 here, making sure we're nice and slow and controlled. So nice and slow to drop, and then push back up with power. Slow, power up. Slow down, power up. Halfway there. Nine and 10. Good. Those usually feel funny the first couple times you try them, but you'll get used to it. Next one is glute bridge with stepping feet. So, make sure you can see me on Instagram. Okay, so glute bridge as usual. Pressing down through the feet, the heels. Support with your hands. Lift your hips off the ground. So this is our regular bridge. We're going to add a step to it. So while we're holding the bridge, we're going to shift our weight into the right side Bring our left knee to our chest so the foot comes up in the air. Set it back down. Find your centered bridge again. Other side. Okay, so you're just shifting the weight from each side, really turning on your front core as well as your back core to complete this movement. So we're going to do 5 on each side for a total of 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Nice and slow and controlled, making sure nothing is moving or shifting other than those stepping legs. 7, 8, 9, 10. I think. All right, one more exercise to learn. So lunge, jump, and pulse. I might shake the deck a little bit here on this one. So we're going to be in our lunge position here. So front knee bent, back leg a little bit of a bend to it as well. We're going to pulse 3 times. So get into your lunge, pulse, pulse, pulse. You can either choose to step or you can choose to jump. So jump and switch up your legs. Pulse 3 times again. Pulse, 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 jump, pulse, 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 or you can step it. Pulse, 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 step. Okay, it's up to you. Got a dry mouth today. Okay, let's go for 10. So we're going to be pulsing on each side 5 times. Here we go, pulse for 3. 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Keep going. 8, 9. One more. Good. Shake it out. Okay, so that was 1 round through our exercises. And we're going to go for 2 more rounds. All right, so now everyone knows what the exercises are. We'll move through them a little bit more quickly with a little bit more power. Here we go from the top. So inchworm Spider-Man flow is just to get your breathing rhythm down. Right foot to right hand up. And as you go through the rounds, it gives you a bit of a breather while still using every muscle in your body, keeping yourself nice and warm, and a little bit of movement still flowing. I really like using this exercise in between sets to keep me moving, but also allow me to find my breathing pace again and slow it down. Stay nice and strong in that plank. This is number 4. And we're going for 10. Here's 5. Halfway through these. Six. 4 to go. One more on each side. Last one. Good. Okay, we're going right into our half pistol squat. So one heel sticks out, sit your bum back, reach your arms forward, stand up. 10 total on each side. 3, 4. Keep your chest up nice and tall. Reaching forward. 3 more. Good, other side. Shake out that leg. Other side as your stable leg. Put your kickstand out. Sit your hips back. Stand back up. Keep breathing. Three more. Good. Shake that out. Going right into our A-frame push-up. In that downward dog position, feet can be together or slightly apart. Push up through your upper body. So lower down, your head to the ground, push right back up. Slow to lower, quick to press. Slow to lower, quick to press. Keep going. Three more. Good job. Glute bridge with the steps. Right into it, lie down. So get into your glute bridge position. Feet flat, hip width apart. Support with your arms. Lift the hips into that bridge. And then make sure everything is solid and sturdy. And then start your steps. Right knee to the chest, left foot stays. Left foot to the chest. Make sure your hips are remaining lifted and your core is steady, pulling that knee into your chest. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, lift the hips a little higher. 1. Good, lower down. Sit yourself up. One more exercise for this round, lunging, lunge, jump, and pulse. Okay, get into your lunge. One more exercise, then we get a break. 10 total, 5 each side. Pulse for 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Jump. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4 more. 3, 2. Last one. Good. Shake out your legs. Grab a sip of water. One more round to go. All right. One more round of 5 exercises, and then we'll be done. Take a few deep breaths if you're not already, and get ready for one more round. Okay, set yourselves up for your inchworm to Spider-Man flow. So standing tall. One more deep breath with everyone. Inhale, arms up, and then exhale. Here we go, last round. Inchworm all the way out. Right foot to right hand. Right hand up. Put it back down. And inchworm all the way back up. Left side. Left foot, left hand. Press up. back down, walk it back. 10 total. Continue to let this exercise slow down your pace a little bit, slow down your breath. That keeps you moving. This is number 5. All the way up. 2 more on each side. And 1 more on each side. Right foot. Here we go. One more on the left. Last one. Good. Stand it all the way up. We're going straight into our half pistol squat. Set up your kickstand. Set your hips back, arms come forward. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Keep the chest lifted. 8, 9, 10. Good. Switch feet. Shake that one out. Other side for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time for this one. 8, 9, 10. Good. Shake it out. Coming straight into our A-frame push-up. So that down dog position, slow to lower, quick to press. Slow lower, quick press up for 10. Three more. Good. Glute bridge. Lie yourself down. Set up your feet hip width apart. Support with your arms and your hands. Lift the hips up to the bridge. Make yourself nice and stable. And step one knee for 10. Step up. Back down nice and slow and controlled. Keep your hips lifted. Front core and back core are both working. 4 more. Good. Set your hips down. Bring yourself back up. One more exercise. Lunge, pulsing jump. Here we go. Into your lunge. 3 pulses and then jump. 1, 2, 3. Jump. 1, 2, 3. That's 4. Here's 8, 9. Last one. Good. Woohoo! Good job, everybody. Have a sip of water. And we'll start our cool down. So try to stay standing. If you're tired or out of breath, just walk around a bit, continue taking a few steps. Start to slow your heart rate down. And we'll start a few stretches. Okay, starting head to toe through stretches. Let's do those neck ones one more time. Bring your left ear to your left shoulder, roll chin to chest, around to the other side. Nice and slow. If you're working on a computer at home these days, this stretch feels really good. Try and work it into your day every once in a while. Good, bring your head back up to center. Keep your torso and your hips square to the front. Just turn your head to the right. And then maybe tip your forehead closer to the ground and feel a stretch up the side of your neck there. Bring your head back up and to center. Same thing other side. Look to the left and then bring your forehead down to look at the ground beside you. Feel a stretch up this right side of your neck. Look back up to center. One more time on each side. Over to the right and then look down a little. Keep your shoulders nice and square while you're doing this. Head back up into center. Over to the left side one more time. Look down. And head back up and centered. Okay, shoulders. Stretch one arm across in front of you. As you're stretching that arm across, try not to lift the shoulder into your ear, but instead let that shoulder drop down away from your ear and even tip your head away from that shoulder you're stretching a little bit, creating lots of space through your shoulder to allow it to stretch. Other side. If you think you're hearing a rooster, it's because you are. There's a rooster in my yard. Other side, making sure that you're dropping that shoulder away from your ear again. Good. Shake out your arms. Open up through your chest, so link your fingers behind your back. Press them down and back, and lift your chest up. Bring your gaze up to the sky. Try not to create too much of a bend through your back, so maybe tucking your pelvis under, and just allow the stretch to happen through your chest and the front of your shoulders. Might feel good to tip your head to one side or the other. Just feeling a little bit more of a stretch through the front of your shoulder. And then lace your hands around in front of you and press and stretch and round through your back. So create a nice hump or hunch in your back. And if you kind of shift your weight or your weight to each side and kind of feel a stretch through each side of your shoulder as you're shifting the stretch. And then one more time, open up through the chest. Nice and big. Good. If you've got something beside you to hang on to, bring one foot up for a quad stretch, so holding the foot, and then pushing through your pelvis to create that stretch through your quad and hip flexors. So rather than trying to bring the foot up behind you, just stand nice and neutral and then just tip your pelvis forward or push your hips forward, and you'll feel that stretch. It's a lot easier to create that stretch this way rather than reaming your foot and your leg back. Switch over to the other side. So same thing, just holding the foot in a nice neutral position, and rather than cranking it back with your hand, just push your hips forward, or your hips and lower belly forward, and then feel that stretch be created up through the front line of your body. Good, let that stretch go and shake it out. Now, similar to how we were doing for our half pistol squat, creating that kickstand. So create that kickstand again, hinge forward from your hip to sit your hips back and feel a stretch being created down through the back of your hamstring and your shin, or not your shin, your calf. You can hold on to something in front of you if you would like. Point your toe up to the sky. And if you don't feel this stretch through the back of your calf, depending on what muscle in your calf is tight, you may have to bend your knee and bring your toe up a bit more. Then you might feel a stretch through your calf. If you don't feel it there, then you'll likely feel it when your leg is straight. Standing back up, same thing on the other side. So creating that kickstand in front of you, hinge forward from your hip, and then feel that stretch happening as you bring your torso down a little bit closer to the ground, but still keep it up and in line with your spine. And just point that toe up to the sky for a nice stretch through the back of your leg. Good, standing back up. And one more for our glutes. So let's say cross the right knee over, the right ankle over your left knee. So you're kind of making this number 4 with your legs. And then you're just going to sit your hips back, hold on to something in front of you or around you, a chair. Sit your hips back, and you'll feel a stretch come through that right glute and into the side of your leg a little bit. I've never used a barbecue to stretch before, but it's working well. Standing up, one more side. So same thing, make that 4 with your left ankle crossed against your right knee. Sink your hips back and feel a stretch come through your left glute and the side of your left leg. And standing up nice and tall again, shake it out. And that is your Monday Power Hour workout. Thank you to those who joined me. And I will see you again tomorrow for mobility at 9 a.m., I think it is. So I'll see you again on Facebook and on Instagram for mobility tomorrow. So thank you, everyone. Have a great week.